There was a game I learned called Sweet or Treat. It was all about instinct and insistent debate about subjective assertions. We invented another one called Badass or Fat Ass. We invented one called Hipster or Total Fucking Asshole. We invented one called Business Major or Mormon Missionary. They were always around, in the city or in the smaller college town, fresh-faced, pressed, wearing ties and dress shirts or matching black winter coats, always in pairs, pushing bicycles, trying to catch your eye as you walked past. They looked decidedly different than the Hare Krishnas who posted up near choke points with their drums and robes, passing out flyers on the Bhagavad Gita, but their aims were the same. They wanted to talk to you about the metaphysical order of the universe. And I often would. I knew a thing or two about the Church of Latter-day Saints, a distinctly American theology, but decidedly bloodier than California Buddhism. Mormonism was all frontier forts, all rifles and cartridges, all dark-clothed militias, all theological excuses for native displacement. I would ask them about the Lamanites, one of the lost Israelite tribes which ended up, astoundedly, in North America. Wasn't it right, I'd ask, that their theology teaches that this evil tribe, cursed by the Lord with dark skin, were the ancestors of present-day Native Americans? Isn't it convenient, I would ask, that this provided a philosophical justification for pushing the Ute people out of their ancestral homelands? And these friendly, earnest young men would hem and haw and try to keep me talking, saying, well, that's a complicated question. Occasionally, one would get angry, and his partner would step in to try to diffuse the situation with a big smile. One night, I was with my girlfriend standing on the street near her apartment, and I'd had my fun, but the conversation was still dragging on. Good night, gentlemen, I said, lifting the brown bag from the liquor store. We're going to go drink, smoke, and have premarital sex. One night, I was walking home from class and they found me on the bridge. It was a bone-cold winter, January. It had been well below zero for 2 weeks. I had a scarf wrapped around my face and ice in my eyelashes, a big fur hat with flaps covering my ears. These two young men, fresh and happy as daisies on a spring day, waved their gloved hands and stopped in my path. How was I doing, they wanted to know. Did I know anything about Mormonism? I shivered. Normally, I'd be happy to chat, I said, but it's 14 degrees below zero and I need to get home. They nodded and agreed it was cold. They said their goodbyes. I walked the rest of the way in silence, trailing plumes of steamed breath behind me. But that night was different for another reason. That night, there was a total lunar eclipse, the first in many years. And I stood in front of my house for a few minutes longer, watching the dark orange lunar surface painted by shadows. It was worth standing out in the cold for a few more minutes, contemplating my place in a strange and beautiful cosmos. And wherever those young men had gone, after they'd bid me good night, I hoped they were looking up too.